think I got most of my shit set up. That's a good sign. The streaming soon screen is on. I'm glad that looks and sounds good at the very least. Not even certain if anyone can hear me yet. Not certain. On this screen, I'm not certain if you can at the very least, but when I get to the other one, it's fine. Make sure all my screens are in order here. I got a lot of shit. One monitor for the one thing I'm going to be doing, and then the other monitor has like 4 windows open in it. It's just like baffling to look at. I got all my stuff in order here. I got water, alcohol, Gatorade, unless my blood sugar goes down. Where the hell did my Gatorade go? Oh, there it is. I put it down behind me. That's silly. Let's just, you know what? My desk is a little crowded. I'm going to put it right next to me at my desk. I mean, I think I can transition over now. I think we're good. It means it's past 7:30, which is when I said the live date was going. Let's do that then. Transition button. Did it work? There it is. Hi. Oh, the music sample resets. I didn't know that. Cool. Well then. Ain't this strange? A Rate the Record live stream. I hesitate to call it a Rate the Record podcast live stream because this clearly isn't the podcast. This is just little old me doing little old things on the internet. Hello. Oh my god. I chose a hell of a time to do this. I'm so tired. Alright, so what I'm going to do real quick, behind the scenes, things that you should not be able to see. Hopefully. There you go. Just when I'm ready to take a break, I'm going to like set up the other screen and everything like that. I can never remember how this stuff works. Everything looks good on this end. I'm making sure the stream connection's good. This is the first time I've done this. This is the first time I've done a live stream in like 8 years. I used to have a gaming channel that I did some retro gaming on and live streaming. So it's been a day and a night since I've done that. Clearly I'm doing something else now. Chris from the Rate the Record podcast here. And obviously Savannah's not here because, you know, she's still on hiatus, still doing her thing. Podcast will come back eventually, but until then I'm trying to find new things to do, like live streaming, for example. I think this is going to be fun. I have a few ideas for a live stream. This was one of the ones I wanted to tackle first because it was one of the first ideas in my head. And we will get to it momentarily. I'll explain a little more about it. I kind of want to hear myself talk. I have to monitor my audio here. Hold on. It'll just feel better if I do. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hello. Hello. Okay, there we go. I can hear myself. Hopefully it doesn't come out as a weird double voice thing on the other end there. Even if I back away from the mic, it still sounds so sharp. This is a really good quality mic. Been using it for years now. Well then. What will we be doing today, you say? Or ask, or something along the lines of that. Well, I mean, it's pretty clear in the title of the live stream. And in front of me, too. So we're on the Tier Maker website. I would still love to use this realistically for Rate the Record podcast, but the problem is that they don't really let you save once you have everything in and then add to it later. That would be perfect because that's what we need it for. But no, instead I have to do the really crappy looking handmade one. But this one is one I won't have to add to later. And I mean, maybe there will be a part 2 one day, but I'll just make that a separate list. It's fine. But yeah, today there was a website, or I mean a website. RateYourMusic.com, I believe it was, had a list of the 100 ugliest album covers. I'm pretty sure most likely rated by, you know... Oh wait, I can't see myself on screen there. There we go. I gotta make sure everything looks good. But yeah, anyways, user-rated album covers that were like the ugliest chosen by them. I thought it was kind of funny to go through some of them. A lot of them made me laugh. So I decided to take a bunch of them, obviously not all 100. I have 36 here in front of me. I think that noise gate's bothering me. It's crackling my voice a little bit. Whatever, I'll keep going. If it gets too bothersome, I'll fix it. But regardless, but yeah, 36 albums. Although I chose 35 from that particular list, I added number 36, which you can see down in the corners, Creed's Human Clay. Am I? Yeah, I'm not covering it. I think my image is not covering it. We're good. But yeah, Human Clay is a whole special thing that I would like to get into once we get there. But yeah, I'll be ranking. As you can see, I have a ranking system set up. It's not the S through F tier like most ranking systems do. I decided to rename them a little bit. So at the top of the list here, better than they gave credit for, that's essentially the S tier. Your A is good, your B is okay, your C is bad, and D and F, whatever, just combined, worse than they say it is. And so by they, I mean, you know, those on Rate the Music who said, oh, this is awful, this is gross. And it's funny to me just because, like, they're not all terrible. They're not all that bad. Some of them are indeed going to go in the top tier. The better than they say it is tier. Because it makes sense to me at the very least. But you could disagree, but that's going to be the bonus part of this. If I remember to, which I have something lined up right here, I can actually start polls in the chat. So that'll be cool. And that way maybe I can just like, hey, here's an album. What do you think? And so then you can tell me if you agree with me or not. So that'll be fun. That'll kind of add to the discussion of things, won't it? I think it's going to be fun. But regardless, I don't really know. I haven't live streamed in a while, so I don't really know how to control these types of things. Water to get me started, and then alcohol to get me continued. Wait, this is probably gonna be loud. I have to like hold that away. I think it's so sensitive on the mic. Alright. Hopefully everything sounds good. I'm not able to obviously hear. I can only hear what it sounds like through my streaming thing, but I can't hear it through the website. But I think we're good. Okay, so we're just gonna get started anyways. I don't want to like waste too much time here. This might take like an hour or two is what I was kind of envisioning for this, so hopefully it'll be something worth kind of digging into more. Sorry about that. But also too, I'm making it tremendously easy on you if you also want to see what the albums look like, so you don't have to squint or you don't have to like Google it yourself. Give me 1 second here. No, not the starting the ugly stream screen, whatever. Hold on. Let's turn this off. I'm getting used to stream OBS, okay? So I mean, like, it's so different for me. So if you want to see the albums that we're doing, that's fine. I got you covered. Like, for example, the first album that we're gonna be doing is right here. Hold on. I think I'm gonna burp, and I kind of want to do it off mic. Hold on. There we go. It's at least that nice about it. But okay. This is the essential kind of thing that we're going through here. Let me make it bigger on my screen too, so I can actually like look at it with you. Okay, so we're looking at Rick James' Throwin' Down album to start this entire list. This is in no particular order, by the way. There is nothing, you know, I'm gonna turn myself down. It looks like it's a little bit loud. Hopefully it's not. But anyways, yeah. This is in no particular order. I just took the list that it gave me, went in that order, even though that wasn't in a particular order. Again, I chose a handful, not all of them, so just, it's the way it appeared on that list. Anyways, yes, we're starting out with Rick James, Throwin' Down. This one, no, like, this one is kind of misleading in the title. I guess a little bit on point, because he looks like he's ready to go to battle, but my god, does he look weird. His Conan the Barbarian-ass looking costume, and Gene Simmons' bass guitar, his stupid axe bass guitar. Why is that your weapon? Don't say anything about funk. Don't say anything about rock. Don't say anything about that. Like, you could have chosen something so much better. But no, this is him. Tiniest shield. I do dig the green urn next to him, or whatever it is, the pot with the eerie spirit magic. I will say my favorite thing about the cover, though, is probably his name, Rick James, and the what's that? The color gradient in his name. I kind of dig that. That's cool, and the font's kind of neat. I get it. I think the scroll effect for the actual album name is a little fucking tacky, but that's just me. Okay, so where am I gonna put this damn thing? This is like, I don't want to spend too much time on like every single album or anything like that. So hopefully, I won't have to. I'm gonna close that on my end. So Rick James, Throwin' Down. It's kind of bad. It's not fantastic, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna put it in okay. I think I'm okay with putting it in okay. Quite honestly, it makes most sense to me. So, I don't know, a good middle of the road. There are tremendously worse ones on here. There are tremendously better ones on here. So I think that one's like fits perfectly in the middle. At least it gives you the idea of throwing down, like you're ready to start a fight. He's ready to go into battle, clearly. So, I mean, it's all good. Alrighty then, we'll move on now to the second album. So I'm actually, oh, I forgot to take Rick James down. So now you can see the actual screen. I have to remember to turn the album off on your side, so that way you can see everything properly. So, number 2, we're looking at Menudo. Reaching out. This one I have problems with. I have actually quite a few problems with this one. So, where do I start? First off, nobody is actually reaching out. Misleading as all hell. Why would you? Are you reaching out with your eyes? It's terrifying, even though they have terrifying stares, but at the same time, none of them look like they even want to be there. So, I mean, and their hairstyles, so I can't, like, just the guys at the top there with, like, the really curly hair. My God. I'm staring this thing down. Hey, you know what, though? I will give points for costume coordination here. I mean, you got the 3 dudes in the purple with, like, the pink or red stripes, and then you have, like, the thick red stripes with the white to kind of accent that. I think the guys in the red should have both been wearing headbands. That would have been better. It would have coordinated better, but someone has to do this, like reach out to the camera or something, you know, like reaching out. That's what you're supposed to be doing. I dig the reaching out font, but not the Menudo one. It's too cartoony. It's just like, what the hell are you going for with this? It's also ultimately just boring. I don't know. I'm not particularly fond of this one. I'm not particularly fond of Menudo either. Who is these days? I gotta decide where this thing's going. I have a pretty good idea. I just want to think about it for a hot second, and I want to drink. One thing I'll notice is that my throat gets far drier. See, as compared to the recorded videos that I do, I have to do a lot more talking now since it's live, and I have no one else to talk with, so I mean, this is all I got. Anyways, Menudo, I'm going to take it off your screen so that way you can see. So Menudo's reaching out. It's bad. It sucks. It's boring. The costume coordination's fine, but like, again, what the hell do you think you're going for with this one? It sucks. You're not really getting your message. Actually, you know what, though? We can move on to the next one. And the funny thing about that one, oh, if it'll let me, geez, the menu's so tiny on my computer. Here we go. This one should have been called Reaching Out, and we are taking a look at Anthrax and the album We've Come For You All. Okay. Please don't. But look, people actually reaching out. This would have been the Menudo cover. This actually would have worked. Minus the pentagrams. I don't think Menudo wants to use pentagrams. Ian Scott, or Scott Ian, whatever his name is, he's got his face felt up there. That's pretty funny. I like that. But anyways, how do I feel about this one as an album cover? I'm not fond of this one either. I like the color scheme on it at the very least. I don't like the animated style of this. It just looks weird. Not terrible because you can like make out features on their face and everything, but I don't know. I'm not digging it. It's I don't know. This one's a little strange to me. Like you get what they're going for with it, although people are more reaching out for them than they are reaching out for everyone else, you know? Strange. Although the one guy at the top there, he's actually grabbing a hand, so he's actually come for you all. Take that out of context, if you will. I don't care. But, yeah. The color scheme's cool. To be honest, I don't like the logo in the middle. I think that kind of sucks. It would have been fine if it was just a beam of light there. The logo just feels like it was like an afterthought and you just throw it in. I don't know, that's ass. That's an ass decision. I wanted to put this one in bad, but now the more I've looked at it, especially since I've compiled this list, I do like it a little more than I originally did. You know what? Okay, first off, I'll take it off on your screen. I have to say it out loud to remind myself. Okay, so Anthrax. It's okay. It's okay. They honestly did more effort than Rick James did, so I'm going to put them above Rick James. They're top tier okay for now, but we still have a bunch more to go. And if you could just get like a sneak preview for what's happening down here in the little preview section, we're in for some treats. Some far better than others. It's all good. And don't forget to, if you do want to chat and contribute, I was gonna say contribute. That's definitely not the way to say it, but if you want to contribute and chat and kind of flush out your opinions here, by all means, you do have to be subscribed to the channel. That's it for literally any amount of time, 1 second, and boom, you can start posting. It's all good. Yes, I want the engagement. Is that bad? Is that so bad? Anyways, we got to move on to number 4 because we still have plenty to go. All right, so speak of the devil, Ozzy Osbourne. If I'm not mistaken, this is a live album. If this was like okay, this one's bad. This sucks. This one actually fucking sucks. But if this was like a legitimate album, this would be bad. But I think it's live. Live albums can sometimes be thrown together really hastily. I don't know. I haven't even actually heard this one. But this cover, talk about being put together hastily. Like, this sucks. Oh my god, this is so bad. They get like the worst possible picture. They give him fake bangs and it looks like they told him to like pig out on bacon with his like mouth wide open, and you know, he was probably so fucked up at that point, he was probably doing that anyways, so really they only had to give him the fangs, and that's when he just started randomly doing this. Or like, okay, click click click, we'll pick one, have fun. I think he's either in front of a curtain or sitting on a throne or something like that. The border is stupid. I don't know, the big black empty space kind of sucks. They didn't try with this one. They honestly, honest to God, did not try with this one. I do not like it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one pretty quickly. Like, this one's ass. Oh my god, it's worse than they say it is. There was no effort put into that at all. And you know what? Ozzy's got some pretty bad albums as it is. Oh, not album, but like album covers. Thinking like Down to Earth is pretty bad. Blizzard of Oz is confusing and bad. They put effort into Bark of the Moon. It's a little cheesy, but they put effort into that. Diary of a Madman, same thing. It's really cheesy, but they put in the effort to it. But yeah, Speak of the Devil, I don't know, not digging it. Like, hell, at least the Live at the Budokan album that they released in the 2000s was literally just him posing and just like putting up his arms and smiling at the camera. Like, they put in more effort to that than they did this one. But we're done talking about Ozzy now. It's all good. Okay, let's go down. Number 5. That's the next one. Yeah, this one's gonna be fun, isn't it? So, I now gotta zoom in on mine. Shit. Ladies Love Outlaws by Waylon Jennings. This one's just weird. I'm just making sure I'm getting no text messages here. Good to go. Anyways, yeah. Ladies Love Outlaws, Waylon Jennings. Listen, I think there is probably better ways you could have gone about this album cover than using a girl who looks to probably be 3 or 4 years old. I don't like the implication here, especially because country music always, you know, used to sing about like love and broken hearts and all that stuff before they went to modern country and talked about trucks and barbecue and all that shit. They could have went about this one better. It's not an ugly cover, but I don't like it with the implications. With an album like this, you think it would make more sense if they went like super cliche, like old-fashioned saloon, Waylon Jennings sitting there maybe with like a little thing of whiskey or whatever, and like a bar maiden with like, you know, the low-cut dress, and she's got her like breasts propped up and everything. She's like just swooning over this man. That would have been a far more understandable album cover, but no, you had to choose a little girl. I don't know, that's weird, man. Every time I've seen an album cover that has like a little girl on it, it's usually been very incredibly fucking awkward. I won't show them here, but I'm pretty sure most people know some of them anyways. Like, Virgin Killer by the Scorpions is the biggest one that comes to my mind. Oh, I wouldn't even say Google it. Oh my god, don't. It's, you might end up on a watch list if you Google that album cover. Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin is another kind of weird one. I know people still argue, it's like, oh, it's this art, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. It's like, oh, I don't know, man. There's, like, what at least appears to be nudity, so it's just strange. There are different ways you can go about these things, but these are the choices that you make. And this is how I feel about this one. Again, it's not ugly, it's just a photo. It's like a legitimate photograph, but I don't know. I don't like it for the reason of having a kid on it, but at the same time, like, it's a photograph. It's okay, whatever. It's not bad either, but just do better next time. You're at the bottom of okay for that, okay? You're at the bottom. Okay. Throat's still drying up. You think I'd be better for this, right? And just maybe have like a humidifier or something in here. I used to have a portable one, but that's irrelevant because that has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Let me scroll down. Okay, so we're going to number 6. Let me pull up on mine first so I can just take a quick peek at it. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so number 6. Look at this. Country Church, and I believe this is a self-titled. I had it written here. Is it going to show me? No, it just says Country Church, so I'm going to assume it's just Country Church then. Now, okay, hold on. I gotta burp again. Much better. Way the hell back when, like, we're talking at this point like 60, 70 years ago, it wasn't out of the norm for especially like a lot of like country and gospel style albums to have like these family portrait style things. So quite literally there is like a lot I probably could put on here, but this is the one that was put on the list, and kind of rightfully so. First off, they're not even standing on a real fucking farm. That's a backdrop. That's cheap. You cheaped out. You could have literally stood in front of a barn. If you're real country folk, you can get in front of a barn, no problem. Second off, the sweater and sweater vest combos. My God. The guy on the far right there looks like what I would look like in a sweater vest. I'm not going to make fun of his weight, but if I do, I would say that's exactly what I would probably look like. Oh, and the checkered pants. I didn't even notice that until now. I wasn't looking at their pants before. Oh. No. It doesn't work. But they all look so happy to be there. The guy in the middle has a big puffy mustache. I can respect that. I don't know if the woman in the middle is supposed to be like their mother. If these three are like brothers and that's the mother. I don't... Maybe it's like they all share the same wife. I don't know. They could be Mormon. What the hell am I supposed to know? This one... this is tacky though. This looks like this could be a parody. That's kind of the funny thing about it. But it's not. This is real. This is one of those real ones from way the hell back when. So I will take it off your screen now. There you go. See you later. And over here on mine, this one's bad. It's not worse than they say it is because there's so many, and there are so many worse than this in this style. But I'll put it in bad. I think that's exactly where it deserves to be. Oh my God. We're having fun so far, aren't we? I am. Give me a minute to catch my breath here, make sure everything's going on good on this end. Excellent. Guess we'll move on. I'll just talk a little slower. That's the problem with doing these lives. Like, I just tend to run out of breath real easily. All right, number 7. It's David Cassidy, and the album is The Higher They Climb. This one sucks. Look under the shoe, his actual shoe that you can see in the image there near the bottom left. It looks like he crushed part of the crowd. And also, is his, like, arm the actual star? It like, you don't really see the arm stretching out. You just see the star. You don't see any part of the hand even holding it or trying to grab it. This guy's a fucking mutant. He's a freak. He's not climbing either. He realistically isn't. Again, he looks like... I don't know if it's supposed to imply that he's flying, but he looks giant. He looks like he's crushing people. But sure, why not, right? And, oh my God, like, look at his outfit, though. This is the kind of shit that I want to see where, like, someone just, you know, literally just drinks coffee and spills it all over themselves. It doesn't have to be blistering hot. I'm not looking for injuries here. I'm just looking for your white uniform is ruined. Or you sit in coffee and it looks like you shit yourself. I cracked myself up. Anyway. Man. This one's tacky. Again, it doesn't even look like he's climbing. It looks like it was airbrushed all the shit too. His face looks unnatural. I don't know how much of this they animated versus how much of this they took in the picture. This could all be animated. I think it is. Can I zoom? I'm gonna zoom in on his face. It's not happening on screen. I'm like doing this on my own computer. Yeah, this is all animated. Like nothing was like. I don't think they took a picture and did it in post. Maybe they did. I don't know, but it sucks. I'm gonna be very aggressively honest about it and just say that it sucks. Alright, okay. Well, see you later, Mr. Cassidy. We'll see you down in the top of bad. It's bad, but the other two are arguably worse in my opinion, so... I don't know, I think that just works out well in my favor. Oh, this next one. Oh, you want to talk about retro. Like, a lot of these are going to be retro anyways, just because that's, like, the fitting theme of it all. But then we talk about Liberace and his album Now! I'm not going to scream that in the microphone. I would. I'd clip the damn thing. I'm not looking to do that. But yes, Liberace's Now album. Wow, this one pops. It's a good thing that they use, like, an off-whitish background on all these, like, darker, flowery colors. Because if they put any other color, like literally any other color that's not black in the background, I mean, I know the border and the text there is green. Oh, it would be an assault on the senses. Oh my god, you might actually have a seizure on a still image alone if there was color in the background. But no, thankfully it's just the text. Oh, man. So, I'm trying to think, like, what does the word now have to do with this album cover? And I mean, like, I guess that was him in the present moment. That was him when... Now was then, and although then is now, something about time travel, I don't goddamn know. But anyways, he looks, I mean, I guess, was this stylish for the time? I don't goddamn know. This is way before my time. I mean, this looks like the type of outfit that people will still make fun of in pop culture, in or out of it, to this very day. Like, this looks like something you would wear as a Halloween costume. Just to be like, I'm someone from the 60s. It's like, yeah, kind of cool. It's literally March. So, can you tell that I don't know where I'm going with this? But anyways, it's, aside from the colors, which I kind of dig the color scheme. It's fine. Very retro imagery. That's okay. It's, other than that, it's like a very uneventful album cover. I would expect him to be a little more explosive, like jumping towards the camera, arms out type deal, you know? Like, just, here I am, now! Like, boom! Big moment. But no, I feel like they kind of, screwed the pooch on this one. So, this one's gonna go bad as well. Wow, this is gonna become my B tier, isn't it? I swear to God. As if we were already bad enough on the podcast for just always doing B tier albums. I'm doing bad tier albums. It's worse than the Menudo one. Menudo one's even more boring. There's more that's visually striking about the David Cassidy one, so we're gonna leave that there. We'll leave that there. It's fine. It's good. It's good. Alright. Moving on. Once again, it's just hard to scroll in this program. Ooh, here's a modern one for all my millennials. Let's go. Let's go. Limp Bizkit. This one's in the thumbnail too. Chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water. Notoriously one of the worst album names of all time, and I think most people would agree. Like, maybe when we were all, like, you know, collectively anywhere between 11 to 15 years old, it was pretty funny. But that time has come and gone. God, when did this come out? Like 2001, 2002? I was still in middle school when Rollin' was out. So at least 2002. So that means, oh my God, I was like 12 or 13 when this dropped. Oh. And there's hopefully I don't get TOS'd here, because that's clearly a butthole in that starfish, okay? And also the placement of the wieners in front of that one prominent dude in the middle left there. Very strategic placement on that one, I would say. This is a disturbing album cover, but I kind of dig it. Whatever the cloud smoky stuff about them is kind of that's kind of shit. Kind of sucks. That's what I meant to say. Really emphasizing the feet there too. Shout out feet people. I mean, dig in, I guess. This one's, you know, it's funny. Like, this one's not awful. It's bizarre, it's surreal, but it's so alien and kind of unique in that stance. And, you know, realistically, it's not a terrible album. It's not a fantastic album. I mean, like, it's a Limp Bizkit album, take it as you will, but I mean, it's got a lot of catchy tracks, a lot of memorable catchy tracks on it. But we're not ranking the music. We're ranking the album covers. So Limp Bizkit with chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Take that off your screen so I can put it up on my own. You know what? This one's better than they give it credit for. A lot of people say it's scary and ugly, but I think it's kind of unique in that way. I kind of dig it. I can tell you right now, if we ever did this album on the podcast, I don't imagine it would do too well. If you wanted my actual legitimate guess of what both of us would score it, oh man, this would probably end up as like a 72. Either Savannah or I will go high and the other one will go low, and it'll equal out to 72. I can guarantee it. I feel like Savannah would just destroy it. She would hate it. She might find a few things catchy, but she would hate it. I don't know. Prove me wrong. I don't know if she'll end up hearing this or not, but if prove me wrong, just do it. Be very, very curious. Give me a second. All right. No, we're still good over here. Cool. Just checking messages and stuff. Not particularly in the chat because there's nothing in the chat right now, but I'm still getting messages like off stream, conveniently enough. So there you go. Anyways, we'll move on. So what, we have like 26 or 27 more to go. So again, this is gonna fill up plenty of time tonight. So at the very least, I can get some like decent content out of this, I think. Anyways, number 10. Let me just pull it up on my own screen because like I get like a preview of the name down in the source screen here, but I need it on my screen. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about this one. Another one that was in the thumbnail. Number 10, right there. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Live It Up. Again, a very strange, surreal album cover. The longer you look at it, the longer you get confused. I mean, obviously the most striking thing is the hot dogs. And we just finished talking about hot dogs. I did not line them up like this on purpose. I did not put the Limp Bizkit one before this one on purpose. I didn't even think about this until right now. It's like, oh my god. I just did a double dogger. I sure did. Leaving you in silence for a moment so you can bask in this album's glory. I don't hate this one. I don't hate it. I like surreal stuff. It's not the most impressive thing ever, but it's not the worst thing ever, for sure. The little men climbing these large sticks, which I'm assuming are trying to grill weenies. So there's that. Is this how you live it up though? You grill hot dogs on the moon? Oh, sorry, if there's younger people watching. Do you grill the glizzies on the moon? There you go. I'm trying to connect with you in some way, shape, or form here. But for everyone else, hot dogs. Oh, would that make the Limp Bizkit album chocolate starfish and the glizzy flavored water? I should have asked that back then, but I'm asking it now. Oh boy. Okay, well this one though, it's surreal, it's different, but I don't know. I feel like there's a little more they could have done with it. At least there's like something going on everywhere, so it's not like visually boring. But I feel like they could have done a little more with it. With that said, oh my god. This is the problem with me drinking while I'm doing this, is because I'm talking a lot and I'm drinking alcohol, so I feel like I always have to burp or something. And also learn how to speak properly. But Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Live It Up. You know what? I'll say it's good. It's not awful. As I said, it's not visually boring. It's surreal, and I like surreal, but it's not good enough to be better than what they say it is. It's good. It's good. It's fine. Okay, the next one is holy shit ugly. I can tell you that right now. I can see the little preview for it, and it is holy shit ugly. This little disaster piece right here, no, that's a nice Slipknot joke, but I understand where that comes in. The Lemon Pipers with Jungle Marmalade. This sucks. This fucking sucks. This looks like a grade 9 high school project for like some sort of graphic design class. This is stupid. It actually kind of makes me angry with how stupid it actually is. Oh my god, just staring at it's frustrating me. Like the image on it, like imagine you go to the store and you don't even have to buy marmalade, it's fine. What if you just bought jam, jelly, whatever the hell you eat? You buy one of them and you just see like a picture of these dudes on it. Ugh. I don't want to eat this. Did they make it? Is it man marmalade? Is it man-malade? Yeah. It kind of looks like earwax too. Like it looks like over sharpened and saturated in the actual jelly or marmalade portion of it. So it kind of looks like, all right. Good. I had Patrick Stewart cut me off. That means if we got a subscriber. Thank you. Oh, I know who you are. Hello. Oh, I was hoping I could hear that at least once tonight. Something about Patrick Stewart talking about the letter B. I had to do that. It looks like earwax, though. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. With that said, no, you know what? No, there's no deliberating in my head. Get the fuck off my screen. This is going into worse than they say it is, and it's actually how would I rate this? So if I put it above Ozzy, is it less worse or is it more worse? No, I think whatever comes at the very bottom is like the shit tier worst. This is F tier. Lemon Piper's Jungle Marmalade is actual shit ass. All right. Oh my god, it's so... I can't get it out of my head. We hit 300 subscribers before the end of the stream. I'll get a temporary tattoo of that exact album logo somewhere on me that everyone can see. Oh my god. Why would I say that? Why would I say that? That's an intrusive thought if I ever had one. Alright, we'll move on. I'll let you see this one for a minute. It's Eddie Murphy with Love's Alright. Wait, is it called Love's Alright? I already forgot. Yeah, Love's Alright. Bask in it for a moment. Kind of let the alcohol set in my system now. This one sucks. I let you formulate your own opinion, but now I'm telling you straight up, this one sucks. I mean, I said that the Lemon Pipers one looked like a bad high school project. This looks like what the other kid in class handed in. And you're still this teacher sitting there grading these pieces of shit and trying to tell these kids not to quit their daydream. If this is your daydream, though, I mean, you might as well stick to hard labor in the diamond mines or something. I don't know. This sucks, though. Like, why is he the only thing in black and white, too? Like, he's the only monochrome figure or object or anything in this picture. There's a lot going on with this, but it looks bad. I guess it's in the clouds because it's supposed to be quote-unquote Cloud 9, but he's just like, Love's alright, whatever. I mean, all this stuff around me, flying hearts and musical notes and such, it's alright. It's alright. Well, I got some bad news for you. I think you did better in your acting career than you did your music career, which I think you understand that, Mr. Murphy, because you clearly went further with one than the other. So I don't think I feel bad when I am going to slip this one down into the worse than they say it is category, but it's not as bad as the Jungle Marmalade one. There's more going on than the Ozzy one, so I'll put it above Ozzy for sure. Well, at least we have something in every category so far. Well, I'm glad that you agree it's terrible. You've missed some great ones so far, but at the same time, I mean, there's plenty more. There's plenty more. So, not a few minutes ago, like a handful of minutes ago at this point, I did that one with, Waylon Jennings or whatever, where he was like, looks like he was trying to eye up and seduce that little girl. Well, speaking of which, it's not Waylon Jennings. It's John Bolt, I believe his name is, so there it is on the screen now. Julie's 16th birthday. This tells a story, but I don't know what it is. He looks more enthusiastic about her 16th birthday than she does. Is she being sold off as like a teen wife? What is happening here? He's already halfway through a beer. He's full way through a beard. I mean, fuck that. And like the cigarette in there, I wonder, like, it's implying it's his first one, so I like to imagine they just sat down and she's kind of like all disappointed. He chugged half the beer, put it down, and now he's trying to comfort her about something. Obviously, I guess the song lyrics would give more context, but we're not here to judge the lyrics. We're here to judge the album cover for Julie's 16th birthday and a bunch of other albums too, but still, this one's weird. This one has those like implications too, where it's kind of like, leave this girl alone. But then again, it's the music industry where you always hear about songs about girls anywhere between the ages of 13 and 17, just, you know, being fawned after, if you will. I didn't write the rules. This one's weird, it's sketchy, but again, this one's just like a straight up photograph. It looks like an honest to God tells a story, but again, without reading the lyrics, I don't know what it is. It makes me feel strange. I'm gonna put this one down. You know, it's kind of like the Waylon Jennings one. I'm gonna put it there, but it's even creepier that Waylon Jennings is eyeing up a little girl, so we're gonna put Julie's 16th birthday just above Waylon Jennings there. That makes the most sense to me. Yucky poo poo, ew stinky. Sorry. I have to keep talking to keep myself sane, but it's actually killing my sanity at the same time. So we're going to enjoy the rest of this stream. You heard it here first. All right. Where the hell are we now? We're at number 14, which I want to bring up on my screen. Oh, okay, I got some shit to say. Flock of Seagulls. Dream come true. Hold on. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, I'm gonna put that down first. I already put it down at the bottom. This is worse than Jungle Marmalade. It's bad. It's the worst. It's the actual worst one. So let's talk about why it's the actual worst one. I could just literally not. I could show you the image and you can see why. First off, it looks like it's a screen cap from a worn out VHS film. So that's bad enough. Like, you didn't even bother taking a picture. Like, I don't even know if this is like an album or a single. I don't know tons about Flock of Seagulls. This is awful though. Oh my god. And also the red background on his suit clashes way too hard. I like how all three of them are playing violins or violas or fiddles, or I don't know. They're all playing the same thing though, and I don't think it would require that many for a Flock of Seagulls song, considering it all comes out of one synthesizer, or maybe two. The VHS vibe is what's glorious about it. Yes and no, but this is your album cover. Like, no. Because the thing is, the VHS vibe wouldn't have been, like, did they even have, like, God, I'm trying to go back to my timeline of, like, media now. When did they switch over from, like, Betamax to VHS? Because I don't even know when the hell this album came out. But, like, that wouldn't have been an aesthetic back then at all. Like, that would have been just, like, a really cheap screen catcher instead of, like, you know, a good promo shot. And also, I'm very frustrated by the border. Looks like absolute shit. Both Flocks of Seagulls should be on the left and right, and Dream Come True should be top bottom, or vice versa. But I hate how it's like the two L shapes combined. It's bothering me. You can't even make out their faces either. Like, this is like literally a picture you see on the news. Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? Call the police. Have you seen these three men? Call the police. That's literally what I'm getting from this. This is awful. This is gross. It's already at the bottom of my list. Boom. It's down there. It's actual shit. Yucky. Alright, I'm gonna... I just pulled the next one up on my monitor. I can't wait to talk about this. But of course I need a beverage to clear my throat a little bit. You ready for this one? For the longest time, I thought this was the name of the album, but it's actually the name of the band. So number 15 on our list now. Boned! With Up at the Crack. What the hell is this? I like it. Your AC/DC ass font. You want to play a few chords on his guitar, reach out and play them. Like, go right ahead, I guess. There is no way in shit you're hiding those in those tight ass jeans, mister. I'm sorry. Is the patch cord supposed to be his belt? But I love how it just pops out of the image. This one's special. This one's good. I don't know anything about this band. I should actually... I should try to check them out. I could take this one. And also, it's a Gibson. It's a Gibson Les Paul. You can clearly see that on the head of the guitar there. I love Gibson Les Pauls. So you get points for that. I just wish I could see the body of the guitar. That's not an implication that I want to see in his pants. If I did, I'd actually tell you that straight up. I want to see the guitar. But if the guitar happens to be his ball sack, no, it's fine. Let's just stick with this one. Oh man, boned. Yeah, you have to really emphasize it when you say that. Boned, up at the crack. They could come up with a better name for it though, but we're not here to rate album titles. Simply album covers. This one fucking slaps. So, with that say, my immature childish brain will say it is better than what they give it credit for. Of course it is. Of course it is. I can't stop burping. This is the problem when you talk too much and you're also drinking alcohol. I know I said that like 5 minutes ago, but still doesn't really matter. I just realized too, I don't think the subscribe bar that's here next to me, I don't think it's updating. It's been giving me trouble. Stream OBS has been giving me a lot of trouble, so I mean, sucks. I want that number to go up. I know it only goes up if I log out of Streamlabs and then log back in, which I'm not doing. I would much rather not. Or maybe it did and I missed it, I don't know. But I think it's at 268 when I started. Not my problem to deal with right now, because we have one more row of albums to go here. We're getting very close to the end. So let me jump ahead to see what the next one is. That's a good thing this one's old, because I'd have a lot of bad things to say about it. But I still do. But at the same time, it's not going to be as bad as it could be. So number 16, Mr. Paul Anka, or The Fabulous Paul Anka. And what the hell is this album even called? I don't even remember. I don't even have it written down. I think it's just called The Fabulous Paul Anka. Oh, I was gonna say, are all those things at the top there like song titles or album title? If that was a long album title, that'd be hilarious. But no, so this one, if this was any more modern than the year 1705, then it would suck. Oh yeah, this one's ancient, eh? Holy shit. Like, I'm trying to think to myself, because obviously, you know, this was an age when computers weren't a thing. If you wanted to quote-unquote Photoshop something, it was all done by hand manually. And I'm seeing like the white cut marks around one side of the head, but not the other. So clearly, like, someone fine traced it with an X-Acto knife, just not fine enough, unfortunately. But I'm not gonna rip on that, because it's pretty damn old. And that's a pretty damn good cut job, considering. But this, like, is this where Andy Warhol got his inspiration or something like that? Like, what is this, man? This was your way of showing off Paul Anka. This was it. Oh, you think this one's not too bad, eh? It's not. I'm trying to give it points for its time frame. I should have written down the years for these. This would make this a lot better too. But I'm not overly impressed by it. Wait a minute. The Fabulous Paul Anka. Is this like a coming out album? Because I mean, Rainbow, was that like even an identifier back then? This was probably from like the 50s, I'm guessing. Maybe a little tiny bit older, but yeah, I don't think the rainbow flag was a thing for the LGBTQ community at that point. Because I would say the Fabulous, like, are you trying to say something here, or are you just saying the Fabulous Paul Anka? But I'm guessing it's the latter there. Alright, time to rate it. What am I gonna do here? Take off the screen. It's okay. It's bad. I don't know where to put this one. It's gonna be okay or bad for sure. I'm just deciding like where it makes sense. Came out in the 60s. Yeah. Everything was like, it was different back then. It was a whole different time frame. Well, you say it's good, and that's fine. You're allowed to. You're allowed to. This is my list. Okay, I'm not fond of it. I like how old the cover looks, too. You can see, actually, like, I guess when I got this picture off Google there, like, it must have been a scan of a used album, because you can see the wear lines in it, too. I can only imagine what it would look like new. What if that was just the way it looked? That would be even weirder. Strange print press shit. You know what? I'll be kind and put it at the bottom of okay. Nope. I said bottom. Oh, boy. No, we're all voting separately. You can just join in and, like, tell me your opinion on it. That's all. That's how this works. This is a quote-unquote democracy. The illusion of choice. Oh, man. But, like, you know, if there was more people in the chat, unsubscribe, Arrivederci. If there's more people in the chat, then it'd be a lot better to get, like, a bigger consensus of it. And maybe I could be, like, influenced and swayed. I don't know. I could wear suede and be influential. No, that wouldn't work. All right, we're gonna go on my next one. This one's a fucking banger. This one's an actual banger. Number 17. Pooh Man. Parentheses MC Pooh with Funky as I Wanna Be. Tell me this one doesn't fucking slap. And when I say banger, I mean, obviously the innuendo's implied. Because, I mean, look at this guy. He's ready. He's actually ready. I would love to know how many pictures they had to take. Like, how many... Because when you're doing things like this, it's never the first shot. It's rarely the first shot. This was posed and done everything. I don't think his face was inserted afterwards. Maybe it was. I'm trying to see, like, a reflection in his sunglasses. I think there's legitimately just legs in front of him. I think they just did this all in one. How many pictures did it take to get this? So how long did he have to sit between her legs? And she had to, like, sit there with, like, stirrups so her, like, legs didn't go numb. Oh, this one's great, though. It looks like she's giving birth to him. She just gave birth to Pooh Man. Do you know how lucky you are to be a mother of Pooh Man? MC Pooh? That guy? I wonder if they had to add the H at the end of Pooh. Just because they're like, oh, we don't want to seem obscene. Sure. Why not, right? If that's what makes you sleep better at night. Shut up, you like it. Anyways, MC Pooh. This one's a banger. This one makes me laugh every time, so it's going up and better than they give it credit for. It made me laugh more than Boned. It's still not as unique as Chocolate Starfish, but it's better than they give it credit for. It makes me laugh every time. I think I've looked at that image like at least 10 to 20 times over the last couple of weeks, like preparing for this stream and what I wanted to do. And the second I saw that image, the second I was like, oh my god, like I know what I need to do now. I know what my whole stream's gonna be. It's funny. I'm childish, so I'll find it funny. I don't even care. Oh, man. Let myself breathe for a minute here. I could do that. We're going to move on. I'm going to pull it up, once again, on my screen first, as I usually do. Okay. Oh, okay. It's been almost an hour. Actually, I have it says 57 minutes the stream's been on, but I think like at least 5 of those minutes were like the stream starting soon screen. Whatever. This one, you want to talk about badasses for a minute? You want to talk about badasses for a minute? We're going to. Pat Boone in a metal mood. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Now, oh god, I think Pat Boone just... I don't even know what kind of music he does. I know it's like more contemporary and like lighter stuff, usually. I'm not too familiar, but he's in a metal mood. And you can tell, you can see his bare ass chest, the gold necklace, the black vest, the twinkle in his eye means fucking business, the piercing is absolutely badass, the hairstyle, work on it, bud, grow it another at least 5 inches, but you know what? You're getting there. One day you'll get it. And he's obviously standing in front of like the chipped paint wall because nothing's more metal than disintegrating brick paint. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Did this come out before Alice Cooper released a song, or did Alice Cooper get so inspired? He's like, oh, Pat Boone had that No More Mr. Good Nice Guy. I like that. Yeah, I don't really know the order of things. Why did they have the twinkle, though? Is he made of metal? Yeah, because it looks like someone put like the crosshairs of a photo editing program in his eye just to measure something out and forgot to take the layer out. But obviously, again, aside from the titling, I think this came long before proper Photoshop anyway, so that wouldn't even matter. Proper Photoshop, I don't mean Adobe, I mean like actual like programs that could do it at certain points. But I digress. Respect for trying to be badass, though. Hold on. I'm gonna look up a picture of Pat Boone here for a minute. If I just look up Pat Boone, no, I don't want old Pat Boone. Actually, wait, hold on. What kind of music does he sing? Pat Boone. Patrick Charles Eugene Boone. This guy's got a name, man. Guy's got a name. It's not showing me properly. Hold on. Scroll up. Pop, traditional pop, country, gospel, and vocal jazz. Yeah, because I know he did like a jazzy, loungy rendition of Crazy Train for like the Osbournes where the hell back when. Can I pull up a picture? Maybe maybe I could show it on stream too. I'm trying to save everyone from photoshopping. Let's get a young picture of him. Yeah, there you go. You know what? This one works. Hold on. I'm gonna hold on a minute here. I have this set up. I actually legitimately think I have this set up. Everything on my computer is so small right now, so trying to like blow anything up is actually not working out in my favor. It would be extra window, yeah, that's it. And then we got a Pat Boone Google search. Yes, we do. Scroll over. Okay, and I think I can just turn that on. Boom. Oh, of course it's behind. Hold on, let me drag it out. No, oh my god, there goes the entire screen. Bye. I'm still getting used to Stream OBS. Oh, it's locked in. Are you kidding? Oh, it is locked. It's legitimately locked. There you go. That's why I did the first time. So there he is, young Pat Boone. He went from this charming young man to this absolute metal badass wannabe stud. What a fucking dingleberry. Alright. Cool. Keep this open so I know my stream health is doing good. I need that back open, please, and thank you. Alright, so Pat Boone, we've been talking about him for way too much. I'm giving him far too much credit. Okay, I gotta bring the albums back up. There he isn't. There he is. Take that off, and now I need to put him somewhere on my list. They tried with this one. They really did, and I can give it points for that. I'll put him up in okay, right in the middle. Right in the middle of okay. I think that's fair. Alright, so coming up next, I have to pick on America's Sweetheart here. I'm not going to pick on her, but the album cover for sure I will pick on. And we're talking about Miss Dolly Parton with Bubbling Over. What and why is this album cover? Why? There's so many more. I keep saying this for other album covers too. There's so many more things they could have done with this than this awful cut job with this weird spraying motion. It literally looks like she's like jizzing out of her head at the top there. I'm not making money on YouTube. I could say that word. It's fine. But like she's in the background too. So is she imagining herself in this water fountain? They could have like had her just in the middle of all these bubbles and foam and stuff like that. And she could have been wearing the exact same yellow outfit that she's wearing in the background there, and that would have been fine. But no. They're like, okay, let's get some long shots of you. Okay, fantastic. Now we're going to put your face in this stream because it's effective. What are my streams just... I can't tell. Oh wait, no. I guess this is this screen up here. I don't know. Shit's going crazy on my computer, but I'm looking over my other screen over here. Looks like I'm caught up. I think I'm good. But anyways, Dolly Parton, Bubbling Over. No, like this one sucks. This is bad. You could tell where they tried with this one, but it's not doing it. You could also see the trim of her white dress. I'm sure that blends pretty well going down into the stream thing there, but it's not good. It's not good. It's worse than they say it is, but it's top tier worst, which means it's not the worst. It's the best of the worst. Definitely better than Eddie Murphy's. At least, oh, I forgot to take the image down. There you go. Better than the worst. All good. It's better than Eddie Murphy's. You know, At least it's kind of like you see her far back, and then you see like the intense close up and like the bubbly. All right, we're kind of closing in here, aren't we? We're getting there. It's all good. This next one though, you can see the thumbnail for it. You're not ready for this one though. I had to do a double take because I thought he had 3 nipples like Marky Mark, but he doesn't. We're talking about number 20, Herbie Man with Push Push. Yowza, yowza, yowza. You thought Pat Boone was a badass. This guy's actually got hair on his chest. Dude has hair. Got tiny nipples, but I'm not picking on his nipples, am I? The flute. Interesting choice. Why does something about his head or maybe even his arm looks hyperimposed? It's obviously not. But my god. Herbie. What you doing with that flute, boy? Something skin flute. Anyway. Oh, man. I don't know what I'm allowed to give away with on YouTube. I really don't. But I digress. We're talking about Herbie Man's Push Push. It's so dimly lit, too. It's creepy. It's like you woke up in a room tied to a chair. You woke up in a room tied to a chair with a single, like, light in the middle of the room. You're not quite in the middle. You're, like, a little further back towards the wall. There's a light in the middle of the room, this cheap little light bulb, and then this guy, I'm going to assume he's completely naked. We can make any assumption about the bottom. He could be wearing bell bottoms for all I know. He could be wearing a giant fursuit at the bottom there. I don't know. I'm going to assume he's naked, though. And he just steps under that light. He's got that flute in his hand, resting on his shoulder. I have a pop up on my screen here. Get out of here. You can see it on the thing, but I can see it. That's all that matters. God damn it. It's AVG telling me, it's like, hey, don't forget to up your shit soon. It's like, later. How about that? Anyways, Herbie Man, under a light, completely naked. Like, is he going to beat you with this flute? Oh. Get me sweaty, get me all flushy. He's gonna beat me with his flute. Whew. He's got the chops, or it looks like he has, like, mutton chop style facial hair. I don't know. The lighting in the background is so weird. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. It's creepy because you can't see his eyes either. It's just like kind of uncanny because they just look completely black. I don't like it. It's scary. But at the same time, but we gotta decide where to put Herbie Man with Push Push. Where do we put Push Push? Simple photograph. Scary implications. This one's okay. There's no weird, awkward photoshopping in this one though. Oh, and also I'm gonna bring it back up. I dig the really retro looking text as well. Although what really bothers me is, again, this is one of those things where maybe like, you know, you had to do really close cut jobs and everything like that. The second word push bothers me because there's like white marks around where they clearly left edges in. There's no circle in the P. I don't know, I feel weird about it. Maybe I'm just being far too picky. I don't know. But anyways, Herbie Man, Push Push. There's not a lot going on. It's just a photograph. It's kind of creepy, but it does indeed slap. It's gonna go above Pat Boone for sure, but it'll go below Rick James because with at least Rick James was ready to go to war. That one was good. All right. Chugging along here. I think we got like, what, if I can count properly, 15. We're way past the halfway point. There you go. This one. I don't even have to open my own image to look at it. I'm going to do that anyways because this one's baffling to me. Baffling. Number 21, Tiny Tim's Christmas album. This clearly, when I spoke earlier about Ozzy being hastily thrown together with his Speak of the Devil album, this one, because that image I think already exists elsewhere, like the picture of him, the inserted Santa hat's kind of weird, and the Santa Claus imagery is god awful. And Tiny Tim's Christmas album, the font is depressing. It's black and white too. Like, nothing about this speaks holiday to me. Even the shit clip art doesn't really do that. And I don't know what the blue thing is at the bottom, like right in the middle there. I don't know what that is. It really is something though, isn't it? It absolutely is. This one specifically though, like, this is bad. Like, there's no thought put into this. I don't know if this was released maybe posthumously. I don't know, so they obviously couldn't take a new picture of him. I don't really know. I know he essentially died on stage playing, what, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, I think it was. His, like, biggest song ever. But whenever they release this, like, if they release this posthumously, it'd be even more depressing, because it's black and white. He does not look happy to be celebrating the holidays in the slightest. The font looks like it could be on a fucking tombstone. If this was a gothy Christmas album, I dig it. But it's not. It's Tiny Tim. And Tiny Tim, as far as I'm concerned, was a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. He sang about it. Coffee's only a dime, for Christ's sake. Well then, where does Tiny Tim go? That's who that guy is. The Tiptoe Through the Tulips guy. And also, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. I'm not doing the falsetto right now, I can't. Having a wonderful time. There you go, I did it. Yeah, that's Tiny Tim. That's Tiny Tim. He also covered a popular song too. I don't remember, and I'm not gonna sit here trying to think about it. I'm just gonna go put it down worse than they say. This one, at least with Ozzy, they tried to go for a theme that actually worked for him. It's not as bad as the Jungle Marmalade, but it's pretty goddamn bad. Tiny Tim gets right down there. You're gone, bud. You're actually gone. Sorry. I was gonna watch a documentary about him too. Strange man. But then again, I mean, like, we've all grown up with Weird Al, and like, although Tiny Tim wasn't really doing parodies, he was just seen as still that like weird, eccentric, kind of out of the way musician. Weird Al's not really weird, out of the way type thing. He's just like a parody guy. But whatever. I'm digressing far too much. A month before he died, really. Oh no, how foreboding. That means he probably saw, like, I know most of it goes to the record label and everything like that, but he probably was aware of this and thought this was fine. Like, not even a picture of him smiling with a gift in his hand near a Christmas tree. He didn't dress up as Santa. Like, this is what they went with. And I forgot to take the image off the screen again. My bad. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, never mind. The other screen's just far behind. My bad. My first time on Stream OBS. I'll get used to it eventually. That's depressing, though. My God. I feel like, then again, I think the news of his death and how he died was far more depressing. But you know what? I don't want to keep talking about Tiny Tim's death. We do have to move on to number 22 of 36. I'm just looking at it separately right now. What do you think of when you hear Kenny Loggins and you think of, like, Danger Zone? Like, what do you think of? What do you think an album cover would look like? Did you think this? I don't think you did. Keep the Fire, Kenny Loggins, number 22 on our list. No, man. This sucks. This is so cheesy. This is so shit. How do you tell me about taking the highway to the danger zone? How do you tell me about that? And then you're telling me that you're like an intergalactic being. Like, listen, the world you're on looks fucking stunning. It looks beautiful. If I could have a view of the galaxy like that at all times, I'd be thrilled. I don't know what that orange rainbow is. It looks like a failed launch missile. But like the orb. It's not even fire. It's just an orb. He's holding it in his hand. He's so godlike too. He's dressed like Jesus. Do you think he was trying? Do you think he was trying? Do you think the makers of GTA 5 saw this and it's like, hey, we need him to host one of the shows on our station here in the game? I think it'd be funny. This album cover, though. You know, I will say also bonus points, because the sun or whatever is behind him, and they actually have the lighting to match that. You can see it behind his hair. So they were smart enough to do that. I like that. No, I do not understand the artistry. I guess not, because I was hoping they would at least go with bad photoshopped fire. Or you do one of those quick photos where you have like one of those flash papers and it just burns in front of you and you gotta get a quick shot. But then you might risk burning that really well-kept beard. So maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Well, you give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, that's pretty badass. I don't know if I'm gonna agree with that. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's corny as all shit, but it's not bad. So I'm gonna take this off the screen and I will put it in good. Okay. It's borderline surreal, not as surreal as the Crosby, Stills and Nash one. Yeah, bonus points for the beard, maybe like mid-tier. You just went 10 out of 10. Now you're telling me the beard brought it down? Or maybe you're referring to me, I don't know. But regardless, I put it in good. It's not as surreal or as interesting as the Crosby, Stills, and Nash one. But you know what? It's good. It's fine. I could deal with it. It's corny, but they obviously put effort into it. I forgot to take the album off the screen again. God damn it. No, I didn't. I keep looking at the wrong screen. Okay, you know what? I gotta cover that up. That's actually, it's messing with me now. Let's just do this. And then I do this. There, now I don't have to see the other screen. Now I know I'm always on track. My God. Okay, we will move on. Actually, one more drink left. That one's empty, so I have a backup. I brought two into the room. Hold on, this is probably gonna be loud. Gotta go way away from the microphone. It's what I used to do for the podcast. I always used to have a drink when I do the podcast. It just helps me be a little more social, I guess. I don't know. All right. We're closing in. Well, I can't really say that because there's still like a bunch left to go. There's like, what, 14 here or something? I'm not even counting properly. I don't care. It's fine. We're moving on. Let me look. Oh, this one sucks. Number 23 is Crisscross with Da Bomb. Now, first off, which test is this? Which nuclear test with this? Unless they went completely ballsy and they like posted a picture from an actual war. My God. But like this is so. I get what you're going with the name Da Bomb, but this is so unimaginative. This is not creative at all. It's not really that intelligent. Well, not intelligent. That's not the word. Not until. Fuck, I'm drawing blanks. There's no creativity. It's not very creative either. This is bad, man. This is bad. There's literally other things you could have done, but maybe they had to also do it in black and white because like nothing they did would look good on like a colored explosion background. I don't know. Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, see, this one's bad. I'm telling you. And they thought this was a good idea. They're like, this is badass because we are indeed Da Bomb. I'm pretty sure they said it a lot better and more straight than I can possibly say it. I'm too white for this, so I can't do it. But yeah, it's not good. It's not very good, is it? It sucks. I'm kind of looking at my worse than they say it is list, so I'm going to take the image down for a minute. I'm looking at my worse than they say it is list. There are some... I mean, the Dolly Parton one I might have to move to bad, because if I put Crisscross in bad, Dolly Parton automatically gets moved up. It would have to. So no, this one's got to go in worse because there's no imagination, there's no creativity here. This sucks. This is actual balls. Let's see. It's obviously not top tier. Eddie Murphy's is better. Has a little more to look at. Like it's like right down there with Flock of Seagulls. Oh my God. Like, oh, is it better or worse? Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's the bomb again. Just take a good look at it and bask in its ugliness. Now I'm gonna scroll back up and we're gonna go to what, Flock of Seagulls again? This is so far the worst one. And it's bad. It's terrible. A bullshit screenshot. Is it worse than Da Bomb? You know what it is? Because at the very least with Crisscross, it's more clear. There's more like quality and definition in the image. You can make out what the hell it is, where the other one looked like a surveillance like camera footage type deal. So you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine with this. I'm fine. Yeah, it is. It really is. It is. Seagulls is actually the worst. Okay, well that one's solved. It's just marginally better than Dream Come True by Flock of Seagulls. So that means we're moving on. Oh, we're not done with bombs, are we? No, no, no. Let's scroll up. There it is. We're going with the man himself, Tom Jones. Tom Ick Jones. Get it? It's really funny. It's really clever. Atomic. Tom Joe. Anyways. This one sucks. This one... I might... Okay, this one's going down and worse than they say it is. But it's going to go above Da Bomb. For sure. Because it's more visually striking. He looks like he's at least panicking despite being bigger than the explosion. And they did a play on words with his name. It's awful. It's a stupid fucking pun. But it works. Made me giggle and chuckle a little bit. But is it worse than Jungle Marmalade? Oh my god, because that one sucks. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, Da Bomb's better than Jungle Marmalade. I had to fix... Okay, I'm going to take the image down. So I just moved. So Da Bomb was down here next to Flock of Seagulls. Jungle Marmalade is now worse than Da Bomb because, again, just shitty quality, shitty everything. Hated it. Yeah, it's shit, but not complete shit. That's the way we could say it. But yeah, so Tom Jones, bring it back up just for a second. It's better than Da Bomb. It's far more creative than Tiny Tim's Christmas album. To me, it has the same uncreative vibes as Ozzy's Speak of the Devil that I got down there. So it's just like, do I like this more, or... It's gonna be better than the Ozzy one. It's bad, but I mean... The Ozzy one was a really bad picture, whereas at least they look like they tried, even a fraction of a bit with Tom Jones. And the play on words kind of helps too, I guess. Does it get better or worse from here on is like the real actual question. Yeah, we're gonna find that out. This is an atrocity. Now, I know, like, obviously, this is a very... The next one I have here is a very well-beloved band, and you can probably see the thumbnail for it. You might even know what it is. Queen, with The Miracle. This was on the website as being one of the ugliest albums of all time. This is an awful cover. Like, it's not the worst, but this is bad. Like, this is... I don't know. This is so unnecessary. This is not a miracle. This is a travesty to God, is what it is. I don't even know if I know any songs off this album. Like, I know a good handful of Queen songs and stuff, but just, I don't know. When we start getting, like, later into the 80s, I start knowing less and less. This one, it ain't pretty. Although, again, I like giving points to being surreal, which this is very surreal. It's kind of dizzying to look at. When you look at their eyes and you go, like, left to right, and then you kind of, like, just stick around the middle a little too long, it feels kind of dizzying seeing all the eyes and then like the nose and mouths and everything like that. I don't know, it's just strange. I'm a little perplexed on this one. And also, it doesn't help that they all essentially have like relatively the same hairstyle, but then you get to Brian May and it's just this poof. Absolutely blue ass at the other end there, you know. If that's the head on the one end, then at the other end is the ass, and it's just blue all out of that side. Jesus. Yeah, like this isn't an ugly album, I'll say that. Like, it's not great, but this isn't like an ugly album. They went for something a little weirder, a little more surreal, and it's called The Miracle, but I don't think it's a miracle. But with that said, yeah, and you think a band as creative as Queen could have come up with something a little better? Are they trying to be like the biblically accurate angel in their own way, shape, and form? Pun intended, I guess. They also have a giant neck. It's like one big neck with 4 shadows, which I guess would help because they all have individual chins. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a weird one to look at. So I'm going to close that one down, take it off the screen. And you know what? This one's going to go in okay. gonna go in okay. Where in okay? I like the surreal stuff, but this one's just, I don't know, it's not as like surreal as like Limp Bizkit or Crosby, Stills and Nash. It's gonna go at the top of okay. It's better than the Anthrax album. The Anthrax one was just kind of weird to look at. This one is too, but I mean, like, it's a better play on what the title is at the very least. God, I cannot stop burping. Just gonna breathe for a second here. We're almost done. We're almost, as you can see, we got 11. I can count 11. I'm just kind of like looking at what we have ahead here. One of them I'm pretty excited about. It's not the next one, but I can tell you I'm pretty excited about one of them in particular. And it's also not Creed, although I added that one specifically not included on the original list that I got this from. All right, so I mean, I don't want to hold this up too long here. As long as we're all having fun. Oh my god, this one. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So for number 26, we have Devastating Dave, the turntable slave with Zip Zap Rap. Wow, this feels like one of these albums that like you would have like given to school kids to tell them not to smoke or do drugs or something like that, and like they were handing out like demos of this CD at the school. Like this feels like this would have been in the 80s. Devastating Dave, what a name! Respect to the name. Respect to Zap over the crotch. For no particular reason. Shout out to Zap over the crotch. Oh my god. Alright, so this one's not bad either. It's funny to me. So that catches my attention, the fact that I can laugh at it. It's not obviously not great at all. It's a very boring cover, but it's still kind of funny. You incorporated some color into there. That's pretty cool. Just the name though, Devastating Dave the Turntable Slave. My god. I hope that if he did indeed do concerts and stuff, that he went by the full name. Like, you can't call him Devastating Dave. You have to call him Devastating Dave and the Turntable Slave. You like it to an extent, eh? Yeah, I mean, again, it's not terrible. They could have done a bit of like fixing up on the photo, like take the light out of the sunglasses, because now you can't unsee them looking like giant googly eyes in the sunglasses. So now it just feels even weirder. Ah, Devastating Dave. But you know what? He went all out for this one. He wore his leather pants. He's looking like a badass. Shout out to the googly eyes that were unintentional. Finger gloves, by the way. He's not quite doing finger guns, but like he's you. Zip zap rap, that's you. Anyways, finger gloves. Okay, you know what? Yeah, this one's... There's nothing particularly bad about it besides being like kind of cheesy looking. So, with that said, it's gonna go in okay. It's gonna go under Rick James. It's gonna go over Rick James. The Rick James one, like, it was, I don't know, it felt weird to look at. Like, it doesn't suit him, and I bet it doesn't suit the style of the album at all. So it just looks dumb. But it's still pretty high on that list, eh? Well, because there was some creativity put into it, but like Zip Zap Rap, actually, like, there's nothing particularly bad about it. It's not that great either, so I think it's safe where it is. I think we're good with that. All right, I'm happy with my decision, and we can move right along here. This one, oh my god, I've been aware, like, I think out of every, okay, hold on, I gotta like sniff real hard. Oh, you know how it is. I got a bit of a stuffy nose right now. Not even sick, it's just dry in my house. Anyways, out of all the albums I have on this list, I'm just kind of like looking over them now. I think I've known of this cover the longest in my entire life. For reference, I'm 34, so like I grew up with classic rock music. And of course, just so you know what the hell I'm talking about here, we're looking at number 27, Ted Nugent with Scream Dream. Yikes. the loincloth, the awful, awful Photoshop guitar hands. Like, they didn't even try to blend properly. They just literally, like, they did one of those, like, air blends. But I get it. It's supposed to be a dream, right? So it's not going to look all that normal anyways. But still, it's kind of dumb. And also, it makes his forearms look incredibly long, which is just strange. Yeah, you're right. It's a dream scenario, and he's screaming. But granted, he's dreaming pretty accurately besides the guitar hands, because I think back in the day, he used to wear nothing but loincloths on stage while performing. My dad once told me a story about, like, seeing Ted Nugent live, and it was like, yeah, he only had, like, a loincloth on. That was it. It's that stupid. It's really funny. Does it get points for that? Yeah, well, yeah, because it's actually kind of telling you what it is. Also, respect for keeping the same font for both titles. Cool. I like the guitars, although, I mean, I guess I will judge that, though, because it's part of the album cover, right? But just a naked Ted Nugent, it doesn't, I don't want to give points to a naked Ted Nugent. Do I have to? You know, I don't want to put it in good, but there's no reason not to put it in good. Because it's like, it is ugly because the Photoshop job on the hands, it's stupid. It looks bad. But other than that, like, yeah, it gets its point across. There's nothing too striking about it, so it's not, like, super visually distracting. Yeah. Bottom of good, okay? You're not getting above Kenny Loggins. There's no way. There you go. I put it up there. Kenny Loggins. Good tier. I think that one works. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not particularly happy about that particular choice. But what do I know? Alright. Let's see, where are we in the stream right now? Okay, I've been going for a little while. Yeah, and I said this was gonna be like roughly a couple of hours, so like this is perfect. Alrighty then. We're gonna move on to first. I want to see it on my screen. Yes, yes. Okay, good. Oh, I'm so excited. This one. Hold on. Okay, so this is Swamp Dog with Rat On. I love this one. Why is this happening? But I love it. You couldn't convince me this is a bad album cover. Go ahead and try to argue. I'll tell you why it's great. But Swamp Dogg, he was before Snoop Dogg, and he's spelling it with D-O-double-G. This guy was the actual for real OG. And he is having the actual time of his life. This, like, he is literally rat on. Like, rat on, friend. Rat on. He is living life. It's kind of like the first time someone gets to, like, you know, ride a horse or a camel. Like, something that you would never particularly be able to ride all that often at all. And you get to and you're so stoked about it. It's so straightforward. It really is. But I love this. He's living his best life. There's Swamp Dogg himself. There's the rat in which he is on. So he is indeed rat on. He's ratting on right now on his rat. Well, ratting on. Anyways. I don't know. Fuck if I know where I'm going with this. The Photoshop not necessarily bad, especially for like how old the album is. So I'm not gonna nix points from that. This works. I like this. This is better than they gave it credit for. Fuck that. That's exactly what we're gonna be doing with this album right now. Swamp Dogg with Rat On. It's up there. Or is it better than Boned? It's better than Boned. I don't know if it's as good as Pooh Man though. MC Pooh and Swamp Dogg just sitting at the top here. You know what? I get more enjoyment out of Rat On, but I get more laughs out of Pooh Man's Funky As I Wanna Be. So I think I'm good with that. I get enjoyment, but more entertainment out of Pooh Man. So I think that's the one I'm gonna stick with. I think I'm good with that ranking right there. Perfect. Okay, number 29. this one sucks. Come on. Okay, the Louvin Brothers with Satan Is Real. You don't say. See, this would have been a better one to pair with Ozzy when I said Speak of the Devil. The Louvin brothers with Satan is Real. Yeah, they look so scared to be in hell. They look like they're kind of doing a barbershop duet for a paper cutout devil. Am I supposed to believe Satan's real? Because that, come on, you didn't even try with that one. You didn't even have a guy dress up, but maybe that'd be too evil. Maybe they'd be like, no, that's kind of blasphemous. This is blasphemous. This, I adore though. I actually adore how how not scared they look. Oh, it's like pretend you're screaming. You're in hell right now. It's just, what is that? Why? Like this, I like, I don't know. I'm trying to like formulate words in my head about how I feel about this. I like the bit of zazz on the Satan is Real title. I like how it's all like wavy and stuff, so it's just kind of like, ooh, we're, you know, getting into the weirder occult territory. Yeah, this was hell, it wouldn't be that bad. Honestly, like from what I've read in Dante's Inferno, this doesn't seem that bad. The devil looks like a Halloween costume too. I'm pretty sure at some point in my life as a child, a very young child, I went as a devil that looked almost exactly like that. Even had my face painted red and everything. Fake fangs, trident, pitchfork. I had this like exact costume. I think I even had a fake tail. So that's bringing back memories. It's not going to add to the score though. I want to give them points just for trying something, but this sucks. It really does. It's bad. It's bad. I can't do this. It's bad. I'm trying to be nice, but at the same time, like, I'll tell you what I'll do. Top tier bad. It's top tier bad. So it's the best of the bad. Also, I have to keep it away from country church. I have to keep, you know, Satan and the church here separate. But now it's the opposite, you know, as above, so below. Jeez. Creepy coincidences. Anyways, not really. What do we have next? What do we have next here? Oh, yes. Oh, I remember when I downloaded this image, I was like, this is special. This is special. Donny Osmond with Disco Train. Where do I start? Where do I start? I gotta zoom in on this a little bit. First off, he's wearing like an old like lacy tablecloth as part of his suit. Okay. He couldn't have the piano on the train. They couldn't take a picture of the piano on the train. So I like the fact that they make it look like this train is about to run his piano off the tracks, but he's got to get that last chord in there before it smashes, fucking obliterates the piano. Oh man, like, I wonder how long they had to do this too. Oh my god, like, the longer I look at it, the more it sucks. Because they would have had to rent the train and move it up the tracks just enough to sit there. I'm pretty sure the smoke looked like it's like chopped or something like that. I'm zooming in on it on my own computer here, and it kind of looks fake. I bet this train was completely stationary, no smoke, no nothing. But they had to rent the train, get the grand piano on the tracks, rent out this area so no train would go through it, although the tracks look old as fuck. They're covered in sand, for Christ's sake. He must have been blistering hot. This could have been out in the desert for all I know. The more you think about it, it gets more silly. Yeah. I just am like, I'm trying to imagine him like making this album, and so then, you know, like the label and the team there is like trying to decide on album art, and obviously they didn't think too hard about that kind of stuff back then, especially with something like this. So dude puts on his like best Elvis Willy Wonka costume. We're gonna put a piano on the train tracks. Because get it, you're playing disco on the train tracks. Disco train, and there's gonna be a train in the background. Donnie, are you listening? Donnie? Donnie? That went dark in my head for a minute there, but yeah. That like, I'm just trying to imagine the pitch meeting here. Like, this is bad. This is corny, but not good corny. This isn't Kenny Loggins good corny. This is bad. But is it okay bad, or is it bad? because it's a photograph, and I mean, like, they went out of their way to get this done. You see the piano, and he's wearing a very, like, flamboyant outfit, so that shows disco. You see the train, so you're getting disco train. Although, again, just being in the cart of a train playing a piano with a disco ball in it, I think would have gotten the image off even better. This is just silly. This is stupid. With that said, where am I putting it? I said it was either going to be okay, bad, or bad, bad. So it's going to be like somewhere in the middle between... Well, I gotta look here. I put Paul Anka in okay, and I shouldn't have done that. I might change that. We'll see. This one's an actual photograph, though, with a bit of shitty, like, kind of inserting of the smoke. This probably took a while to set up, too. Like, the actual taking the photograph probably took a good while to get properly, and chances are it was one of those photo shoots where they did, like, you know, 50 to 100 shots just to find the perfect one, and then they had to do, like, the B-side of the album type photos, so, like, you know, when you flip the album over, see the back of the cover. Yeah, I think they probably... So, you know what? That alone... They put in the effort for it. A lot of people are having a hard time beating Rick James, but yeah, it's going to go above, below Rick James, above Herbie Man's Push Push. Sorry, Mr. Naked Herbie Man. Beat me with your flute all you want, but it's not going to be better than Disco Train's album art. Oh, man. That won't make sense to anyone who didn't hear the Herbie Man part. When I brought the album up originally, that is. So... where are we going with this now? We're at 31 now. This one sucks. Oh my god, I just opened it on my computer. This one sucks. This is like the Jungle Marmalade, potentially worse than Jungle Marmalade. Oh my god, and like Jungle Marmalade's the second worst on the list. Where's this one going? This is the Bee Gees with Life in a Tin Can. This blows. This is like a genie in a lamp. Don't rub this lamp. Don't let them out. Keep them in that fucking can and just crush it. Or shake it violently. You know what I'm talking about? Sucks. This is a bad cover. Oh my god. Why is this a thing? It's very cheaply made, obviously. The insertion just... It's their picture on it. They did not have to put their picture on it. Like, literally, if it was not their picture and it was just a picture of a can with that titling, like, engraved in, I'd be fine with it. I'd be like, whatever. I mean, it's exactly what it says it is. If it was, like, you know, the top of, like, a can, like, you know, like this, and it just said Bee Gees, Life in a Tin Can, but this was closed in the middle, that'd be fine. That would actually be fine. I'd be like, that's exactly what it says it is. It's not, it doesn't have to be remarkable. It's not fantastic, but it's definitely not bad. But they blew it. They did whatever the fuck this is. I don't like it. It sucks. It's bad. It's worse than they say it is. Worse. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think anything's gonna top Flock of Seagulls. Or bottom Flock of Seagulls? I don't know how, because it's the opposite end of the list, so I don't know how I would even say that. It's as bad as Jungle Marmalade, though. Like, it's the same style, but you know what? No, they're just as bad. I was gonna say Jungle Marmalade's worse, but they're just as bad. God, maybe I won't feel comfortable about this now, but I'm gonna do it now. It's gonna go above Jungle Marmalade. And my reasoning for that is because, let's go back to Jungle Marmalade for a second. Where are we talking about? Oh, the Lemon Pipers? Yes, that's it. Let's look at Jungle Marmalade. Going back to it for a minute and how much I fucking hate this album cover. This looks even cheaper and worse than the Bee Gees one. The Bee Gees cutout was bad. But at least the can itself, the top of it looks fine. Whereas this goddamn Jungle Marmalade thing, just everything about it like looks over, like not oversaturated, but like overly sharpened and just like overdone to the point where it looks like calcified earwax. Like, it's the insertion of their image is shitty. Like, everything about it's bad. Everything about it's bad. So that's why I think the Bee Gees, as terrible as that album cover is, at the very least gets better than the Lemon Pipers. Just my humble opinion. Alright, we're getting damn close to the end. God, man. Time's been flying for me now. I thought this was going to take forever to get through, but honestly, I've been having fun. Hope everyone else is too. I want to do another one of these live streams. I would love to do another ugly covers live stream, so by all means, if you have any suggestions for like super ugly covers, please let me know, either in the chat or in the comments, because the VOD will go up after this. I'm going to be doing an edited VOD of this as well, so it'll be shorter, in case anyone wants to miss it, who watch it, who missed it. Wow, I can speak properly. They won't have to hear me stumbling through that part. That's fine. But yeah, like, leave it in the chat or the comments. Like, if there's any other albums, like, I have a few more I want to do now. Like, I've found a few that aren't in this one. But yeah, if there's any more suggestions for, like, ugly album covers, by all means, let me know. I'll take a look, and hopefully I'll do another one of these. I have another stream planned. I got to think about when I can do it, and it's going to be completely different from this. There's no ranking, actually. That's the thing. There's not going to be any games, or music ranking of any sort, but it's gonna be fucking funny. I have a very funny idea coming up, so hopefully you'll stick around for that, whatever that stream happens to be. But for now, we're gonna move on. If you talk about bad music, you gotta talk about Vanilla Ice. We're not talking about his music, but the album cover, though. Cool as Ice by Vanilla Ice, the original motion picture soundtrack for Cool as Ice. I've never seen it, but obviously it looks pretty badass, because I mean, like, look at this. This is, would this be like early 90s, late 80s, somewhere? I'm trying to pinpoint it. It's so hard to tell. You know what? I'm gonna Google it right now, huh? Hold on. Cool as Ice movie. 1991 musical comedy. Oh my god. Disagree. Hard disagree, sir. Oh, no. Okay, well, anyways. Vanilla Ice with Cool as Ice. I hate it. I don't hate it. I hate it. His pants are fucking nuts. Actual fucking insanity pants. Trying to determine what it says on his coat too. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I think his arm says yep yep. I don't know what his shoulder says. Fresh something. It kind of looks like the text on his coat says die, but between the D and the E, I don't know what I'm seeing there, so it's hard to say. He's obviously an alpha male, because he's clearly ignoring the woman behind him. She's not cool, by the way. She's wearing, like, whatever, this blue and white pale getup. Oh, look at you. Going to work? Going to work in the office? You're not cool. I don't know. I don't like Vanilla Ice. I really don't. Sorry, babe. No room on my cycle for you. I mean, you know, I'm busy over here being cool. And, last I checked, you're fucking hyper lame. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll smell you later next time. Yeah, anyways, that's a joke I like to tell people. I'm copywriting that joke. Okay, see you later. Gone. There's my whole scene in my head. You're welcome. I know I'm not funny, right? Anyways, this... It's not remarkably bad, but it's not great at all. Is it okay? It's funny because if you split this in half horizontally, the top half is fine. Like, just cover your eyes and, like, look at it. Like, just top half is fine. Like, maybe it looks a little plain, but it's not bad. But then you go to the bottom and it just gets crazy with color. It is just like a complete 50-50 split on how you feel about this image, just because of the craziness on one side or one portion and the relative normality in the other. It's not bad. It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna put it there for now. I'm just gonna take this off so you can see. Okay, there we go. Let's see, where am I putting this? It's better than Pat Boone. It's gotta be better than Pat Boone. But he's so bad with his bare chest and the black vest metal mood. But no, you can't be as cool as Ice though, bud. Sorry. You could no more Mr. Nice Guy, but you're not as cool as Ice. Sorry, Pat Boone. Vanilla Ice just barely beats you up, but you're not as cool as Herbie Mann's push push. You're not as naked as Herbie Mann's push push. That's how this works. Okay. We're getting so goddamn close here. We got 4 left. 4 left. That's all we got. So, let me open this one. No. I mean, maybe. Let's talk about this. Man-O-War with Into Glory Ride. It would have been better if it was Into Glory We Ride, but what the hell do I know about literature? This one is... I like how, like, literally, the guy on the far left who's mostly naked was the one who looks like he actually came prepared for this shoot. The 2 guys on the right, no, they don't know what they're doing. Like, what is he holding on to? The guy in the middle there. It's just like, they could have positioned that better because I don't... Is he holding a mace? Like a morning star or something like that? I don't know, but it sucks. They don't look like they want to be there. They look like they were like rushed into the photo shoot at the very last second. So that kind of sucks. The crouching guy's just tired of being there because it's probably their 50th shot of the day. Haven't had a coffee break yet. Something along the lines of that. But the guy on the left, like, he actually looks like he's ready for battle despite his uniform. I would believe him. I would actually believe him. I like how they tried to texturize the title of Man-O-War too. So that part of it's fine. It's just everything about it kind of... I don't know. I'm not feeling this one. You can kind of tell they're really cheap swords too. You can tell that they're like these really shitty prop swords. You gotta wonder back then too, because like not everyone's signed to a label. Obviously, it was like very hard to do. Much harder to do back then than it is these days. Someone signed this band and put forth the money to do this shoot for their next album. Does no one oversee like the thought process or like the editing process? Is there no one, like, do they not have a director there? They just get like a cameraman, they take the picture and boom, suddenly album cover? Because this sucks. This sucks. I'm sorry, this sucks. It's not that great. It's bad. It's not worse than they say it is, but it's definitely bad. For sure. But like how bad is bad though? It's top tier bad because Satan is Real cannot be better than Man-O-War's album. No, there's no chance. There's no chance. Is there a chance? There's no chance. No, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I think I've made up my mind on that one pretty clearly. All right. Home stretch. Last 3. Again, these are in no particular order either. So, I mean, like, it's not like I'm saving the best for last type deal. Just these are just all kind of in the order that they are. The Bee Gees make a triumphant return with Cucumber Castle. And there's only 2 of them this time. Oh no, the other one got left in the can. Shit. Get them. I just imagine, like, they leave in the can just here. Guys. You hear that. Prop comedy. Laugh, okay? Please just pretend to laugh. I promise I'll believe you. But yeah, there's only 2 of them. How sad. Those sideburns are badass, though. Good job. Good job. I dig those. Everything else about this, though, not so much. Like, I get it. They're knights. You're going to the castle. Maybe you're outside of Cucumber Castle. They're both looking in 2 different directions, too. So, like, they're clear. Neither one of them is looking at Cucumber Castle. And also, Cucumber Castle. Is that a real thing or is that a shitty name? Either way, it's a shitty name. It doesn't really matter. I don't know if Cucumber Castle is real. For all I know, it is. For all I know, the Bee Gees are real. They're not real, but they could be. You don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to imagine that they rented out the chainmail to use in the costume shoot, and they only had about half an hour with it because their budget was so small. So they just had to snap a couple of very, very quick shots. And the best part is chainmail, putting that on, not easy, very heavy. So you wasted a good 15 minutes of your 30-minute time limit with it, just getting all the armor on, and then just like You gotta get it done. Okay, the guy on the left, he looks like he's wearing it backwards, does he not? Like, just the way the thing is around his neck, it honest to God looks like he's wearing a backwards t-shirt type thing. It just looks like... Maybe he is. Is there a way of wearing armor backwards? I mean, there is, but I mean, like, what he's wearing, could that possibly be backwards? Because it looks like his head is doing like a 180. I don't know how... This one's bad, like... and of course they go with the really shitty font too. Like, very typical font to go with when you're talking about, like, medieval type stuff, right? Like, it's, I don't know. This one doesn't stand out to me. This one's kind of boring. This one's kind of stupid. I'll close that down. I'm gonna put it in bad. How bad is bad? At least they're dressed as knights. Whereas Menudo wasn't reaching out at all as their album claimed they were, so it's better than Menudo at the very least. Not as good as Liberace's now. Although I still wish he was popping off in the album cover. That would have been way better. But whatever. It is what it is. It's a bad album cover. It's down there. Just a better, barely better than Menudo. Barely or much better? I don't even know. I'm not rating like point systems in my head here. I'm not gonna take the fucking time to do that. Alright, we got two. Count them, two left. Let me open up the one on my screen. What was he thinking? I love this man, but what was he thinking? David Bowie, man. Fucking David Bowie with his album Toy. This is shit. This sucks. There's two things that stand out immediately with how bad this one is. First off is his face. Actually, no, we'll come back to that. We'll start with Toy written on his shirt, as if it's supposed to be like text on the shirt. Like, I got text on my shirt, but that's like printed there and placed properly. Like, you literally took the spelling tool in MS Paint and in a brown color put Toy across the chest. Like, oh, that kind of looks like it could sit on the shirt, right? It's like, no. Take like a couple of extra minutes. Stretch it out, lay it out, blend it in a little bit, make it look like part of the shirt. But no, just leave that apparently. It sucks. But his face on the... Like, he's... Like, I can't tell if the baby is wearing a David Bowie mask or David Bowie's wearing baby skin. It's one or the other. Because they're two completely different color hues. One is like a darker grayish, almost purple, and then Bowie's is like this kind of like pale greenish bluish kind of color. Like, nothing fits. I'm completely ignoring how his name is written too, where it says David Bowie. I mean, he's a baby in this picture, right? So of course it's gonna look a little sloppy. I still don't like it. I still think it's shit. I'm hoping this was intentional. With someone as artistic, creative, and just driven as David Bowie, I can't imagine this would be something that he would do without it meaning something, but I don't know what it is because it sucks. Did he want to release this album? Maybe not, and he just wanted to make it look as shitty and unappealing as possible. I don't know, but I'm judging the album cover for what it is. From what I'm seeing now, I'm not going by backstory and everything like that. This blows. This is ugly. This sucks. It's shit. I hate it. And now we got to put it on the list somewhere. Worse than they say it is, for sure. God, I don't know. I don't want to say it's better than Tiny Tim, but I don't want to put this too high on the bottom list either. It is better than Tiny Tim's though, because at the very least, like, they did something with Bowie's album, whereas Tiny Tim's was just impossibly unimaginative, uncreative, just absolute horseshit. All right, grand finale. There was only supposed to be 35, but I added number 36. And once again, tell my fellow millennials, you know exactly what that album could... I know you could see it. I know you could see the thumbnail. You know exactly what this is. But if not, it's Creed. They're on a renaissance right now, apparently. They're coming back right now, apparently. The album is Human Clay. Okay, I gotta open this one up. Like, I know what this looks like. I'm extremely familiar with it, but I want to look at it. Oh my God. It's so bad. And like, listen, I had to make a choice. And if I do a part 2 of this eventually... Maybe, just maybe, I will put Creed's Weathered album on the next list. This one, though, I chose Human Clay because this one I actually think is worse than Weathered. Although Weathered is fucking awful, too. This sucks in every way, shape, and form. Like, I don't know, they could have done anything better. I like the idea of the crossroads. I like the color scheme of everything. I like how kind of like foreboding it feels. But then this like this really, really shit animated figure in the middle is just not doing it for me. Oh, the longer I look at it, the more I hate it. I already don't like it, but my god, do I hate it. What a damn shame. You know, when I was a kid, I loved Creed. I did. Human Clay came out in 99, 2000. When the hell did this come out? I want to like I want to age myself a little bit here. Creed's Human Clay. September 28th, 1999. Yeah, that's right, because my Sacrifice would have come out while I was in middle school. So that would have been between like 2001 2003. That makes sense. I think Weathered came out in 2002, but I don't know. We're talking about Human Clay. 1999, September 28th. So by that point, I was already 10 years old. So you can see where and why I would have loved this album so much. What a hard, heavy rockin' album. My god. So fantastic. So badass. Do you even know, though? Sorry about that. Throat's getting dry. Getting a little too passionate about Creed. It's just that figure ruins everything. Like, it's so bad. And like the faded hole in the middle of it, like it would have been better. Like I get maybe the crumbling in the middle is supposed to be the torso, but just the fading just makes it look really shitty, and I think it would be better if he was like digging in trying to pull out a piece of himself or something, like just showing that I'm clay or something like that. I don't know. It sucks. It's not. You know what though? It's awful, but as compared to some of the things on this list, it's not super terrible. I like where they could have gone with it, but I have to judge it on what it is, and it is pretty bad. I feel like I'm about to be a bit generous. I'm feeling it in my bones, my very diabetic bones. Creed's Human Clay goes at the very bottom of the bad tier. It should be in the worse than they say it is tier, but oh man, if it wasn't for that clay figure, it would be up even a little higher. Would it even be on this list? That's another great question too. I don't know. Maybe it would be. Well then, 36 albums ranked on how ugly or not ugly they are. I mean, they're all pretty kind of ugly, but obviously there's 4 that are particularly better than the rest, at least in my humble opinion. So this has been fun. I like looking at this, and I want to do this again. I do want a part 2, so I will emphasize. If you know of any other albums that you don't see on this list right now, any band, any album, doesn't really matter, go ahead and suggest it to me in the comments or on social medias or whatever. I'll take a look at it, compile a list, and once I get another big enough list of like close to 40, kind of like this one, I will gladly do another one of these. I like doing this. This was fun. I enjoyed my time here. First ever Raid the Record live stream. I didn't expect anything giant or tremendous to come from it, and I mean, that's fine. I still want to do it anyway. But yeah, this has been pretty goddamn great. And also, there is another live stream coming up. I would like to say next week. We will see. No promises. But I might have an idea for what to do next week, and I think it could be really fun. So stick around for that. So just make sure over here, above the not working subscriber bar, all of our social medias are over there, and we are currently in the middle of transferring ratetherecord.ca. That's, I mean, we're going to keep the domain, but our Wix page is being closed down. We've canceled our service with them. It's just a link tree now, which down in the description below of this stream and or VOD, whatever you're watching, there will indeed be a link to the link tree. If you want to follow us on social media, see all the streaming links, all that kind of stuff, and all that jazz. Well, this has been an entertaining couple of hours. I had a lot of fun doing this. Again, I want to do this again soon enough. Live streaming is fun. I thought I was gonna mess this up so bad because like I've not live streamed in like 8 years, and so like everything is so new to me now. Can't even expand that window. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, I'm at the end here. So once again, thank you very much for joining me on this stream. I want to see you back here next time. I want to see you here on the channel. The podcast still in hiatus, obviously. I want to say it's coming back in the summer, but there's no official word on that. It is going to come back. Like, as far as I've been talking to Savannah and everything like that, like, it's still trending positively that it will. There's no official timeline, but I have a feeling it's going to be probably sooner than later, but I don't know. No, that's not official. That's not official. So, yeah, there's still 5 seasons of the podcast if you want to go back and watch that. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. There's going to be more to come. Make sure you're hanging out around for the NMRs as well. Nothing this week because I was too busy focusing on prepping this stream. But now that I'm more comfortable with the setup, maybe I can do an NMR next week, so we'll see. But I've been doing a lot of those since January, so you can always go back and check out some new music. And yeah, I guess that's all I got. Wow. 2 hours. Fly by. A lot of fun. So one more time, yeah, don't forget to subscribe too, so that way you can just be in the know about all these streams and everything like that. And also, every time you hit the subscribe button too, a giant coin rolls past my head and you hear Patrick Stewart talk. Facts. It actually already happened once in this stream, so I'm just waiting to see if anyone else would do it. If not, it's fine. You don't gotta. It's all good. Okay. I think we're good to go here, so thank you very much for hanging out in the live stream. And I hope to see you guys again real soon. I want to do this again real soon, so I'm gonna rest now. I've been talking for 2 hours. My throat's completely dried out. So I'm just gonna leave you with the end screen for a little bit. Just let this fade out. And have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week. And I'm going to see Ministry on Saturday. Hell of a fun concert. Anyone else gonna be there in Toronto? You see me? You can say hi. It's all good. All right, be safe. Take care, friends.